My experience of services is that they don't communicate back with you. You constantly ring, and then they finally ring you. When they ring you back, you say what you have to say, and then it's weeks before they get in contact with you. Now, in my experience, I constantly ring the social workers department. You get the answer machine, or you get the secretary, and again she passes on the information. Either the social workers on holidays, it takes about 3 or 4 weeks to get back to you. And the last time I seen my social worker was 7 weeks ago. Now, I have not rang in the 7 weeks because I'm actually waiting on her to ring me, because I constantly seem to be ringing her all the time, where I thought she would have linked in a bit better on the circumstances that I'm in at the moment with my daughter.
So, do you think you feel listened to at all?
No.
So obviously that would bring on back to that one. So, like, what changes would you recommend in the social work department that would work well for you working alongside them? What change do you think that they should do?
Well, a bit of communication would be one, to keep in contact more than letting it go for 6 to 7 weeks, because you don't know where you stand then, and then they just come in.
And would you have any suggestion tips for other parents that's going through these experiences, like with services and not being heard? Would you have any tips?
Yeah, well, I'd like if we met up to pull together as parents to say, like, if you have a social worker, in my opinion, a social worker is meant to be constantly with you to help you through. I didn't realise that you have a social worker today and then, say, 7 to 8 weeks later, someone else comes. Do you know what I mean? Because when I had experience with social workers, when you ring up the receptionist, I had 3 or 4 people, but now I'm only dealing with the one person. I find that I'm giving me information over the phone about my child to every different person, and then you have to explain to the person that comes to the house the same thing you have to say on the phone about 50 times to different people.
Yeah. Perfect. Because I didn't need to answer that question, because you... Now, can you tell me about your service experiences of services?
Well, there's a few services I go through, but some of them is great, but the ones I kind of have a problem with is social workers. Because basically, when I took on a nephew of mine, say he needed a lot of help, and basically when I needed a social worker, they rang me up and told me that that they were finished with him and they could no longer help me out with him, and I didn't know where to go from there then. So then I kind of tried to look for a new social worker, didn't know where to go, what to do, and kind of got him another social worker, and I've been ringing his past weeks, and to be honest with you, no answer, no nothing. I feel sometimes like I'm not being listened to. I don't know what's happening. Like, I have this child now a year, it's basically a year and a half, and I'm doing well on my own with him. But still sometimes it's nice if you need someone to talk to, or someone that they just answer the phone. Could be just a simple question, could be something that I need to ask to do with this child that I want nobody else to know about, and basically there's no phone calls, no answering, no one getting back to me.
So, what changes would you recommend in the social work department to build up better relationships working alongside them?
Well, to me, I think if they're not there to answer the phone, they should have someone there to answer for them and get back to you and let them know that you've got the message that you've left. I've left messages now with a certain social worker, and I don't know if he got them or not, because he hasn't got back to me. So I think if they can't cope with their phones, they should still have someone that can cope with the phones for themselves.
Mm-hmm. So, have you any suggestions or tips for other parents or guardians going through similar situations with the services and social workers?
I kind of have no tips, Leanne, because basically I'm waiting on tips myself. So if they give to me, I'm going to pass them to the next person, but I can't pass them because I haven't got them myself, tips, be honest with you. So when I do get them, I'll gladly pass them on whoever needs them.
Thanks very much.
Brilliant.
Woohoo! That was brilliant. Absolutely
How do you find the group then?
Here?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. I've talked with this group all day.
She's brilliant. The parents group.
Yeah, I love it.
It was a great bunch, like.
Yeah, and the real down to earth.
I want to get, that's what I'm saying, because Helen and even Kim I said maybe I'll meet the two of you one of the days and we're going to actually get them to write, like I'll write down witches and just about the experiences being a part of our parents' groups and societies till the end. Not till the end, this is going on forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
We're gonna continue
find
this.
it great now. I find it great. It does.
Mm.
I do. As I says, when I tell Leanne now, you know, like a traveller community, I tell Leanne more than I tell, say, half my own, to be honest with you. Because I said, Leanne, do you ever hear Chinese whispers? I call it the travellers' whispers. If you tell something, you think you're talking private, and by the time you're going down the street, everyone is staring you between two eyes because they know what you told them. I tell her more, to be honest with you. Like about dealing with Eddie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because with travellers, I'll tell you what it is with travellers, when I was telling you, Leanne, on. Still be Eddie is young and he's wild and he needs help and this and that and the other. Eddie's father, Lord Mercer, was the exact same way. But you know, if a traveller knew that nigga Howler now, if he ever want to get married down the line or settle down or start a family, he'd be put down as sick. No, don't marry him. He went such a thing, he'd been in such a place, he was attending this school, he was attending that school. Do you think he's not all there? So what's going to happen between me and Leanne? I don't tell the family. To me, just coming to a meeting, having a cup of tea, Eddie's not brought up. If they ever found half the things that I know about Eddie, basically his future would be no good to him. So I'm not thinking of his past now, I'm thinking of his future onwards, because I come from the travel community and I know, I've seen it happening, fellas, I've seen it happening traveller girls as well. Like if they were dating a boy, 14 or 15, down the future, that was it. So it's a different whole background with us. So this
It's a place for you to talk as well, for yourself. Like.
It is. So this is why what was on between Eddie, and I know Eddie's been through a very, very hard time, and like I have friends that talks to me and says, look, what do you think about him? Should you still be having him? And so he's doing great. Now Eddie could have my house broke up. I'd say, look, he's doing great, he's getting the help he needs, and don't be worried about him.
No. She's doing fantastic.
It's great. It's brilliant.
If you met Eddie 12 months ago,
yeah, you know Eddie anyway.
You would let him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm Eddie's aunt. Yeah. So if you met him 12 months ago, you would not open that door for Eddie. A year and a half ago, he'd set this building on fire.
He would.
Yeah.
He's great. Like I'd have him in here or whatever, and then I'd like say he is fantastic.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we had to jump over his chair, he's a roll and all, but that's brilliant. Like he's brilliant.
Full of energy, like boy.
Oh, too much energy.
Very, very low.
Too much energy.
But he, being able to even come in and be a part of a group is huge.
Yeah.
For Eddie.
Yeah.
So he comes in here and he's doing his. Now, can you tell me about your experiences of the services?
Well, it took me 4 phone calls to get somebody to actually answer my first call back. And with that, I told my story. Then I was put to somebody else, which had to tell my story all over again. And then it was around 3 weeks later, we got help then.
So, obviously, would you think you felt listened to? At
No.
all dealing with services?
No. Not in the beginning, I didn't. As I said, it took a few weeks to get listened to and for help to be given to me and my daughter at the time.
So what changes would you recommend in the social work department that would work well, working alongside them?
For more people to be on the phones, instead it seems to be the one girl answering the phone all the time. Well, from the area I'm in, it's the one girl answering all the time. So I find if they could get more people on the phones that listen to you and pass on messages that you're asking to be passed on, that would be helpful.
Alright. And would you have any tips for other parents going through the same experiences that you'd be going through, or?
And try to be strong for your child and show them that they have your support, even if you don't have social services support at the beginning, but let your child know that they have your support no matter what they're going through.
Alright. Now, how do you think you've benefited from the parents' morning that we've started?
I look forward to it every 2 weeks. Absolutely look forward to it. Me fry up. It's the only time I eat a fry is every 2 weeks, and the laugh and the jokes to be unbelievable. and you can open up to everyone that's there and nobody judges you. And you can leave your worries at home.
Perfect.
Perfect. Jeez, that's
Perfect.
absolutely perfect.
Depends on the child,
Yeah.
right? So I can ask you that question, and then you just talk out
It's
what you're
depend of
doing,
the child.
and that's it. All right. Okay.
Mm.
Now, I know. Can you tell me about your experiences of services?
Everything's going well because you have two kind of children.
Yeah.
The first, I got a girl. She was very, very bad. When she go out,
Yeah.
she never come back. And once I was obliged to call the police to say I have a missing girl at my place. I ring first my social to tell her, look at the kind of problem I have with the girl. They say if she go out and don't come in, just ring the police, say that I have a missing at my place.
Yeah.
And then the police came, went, they find her to Balbrigan, and they bring her back at my place, and then finish. It was very good. That is depend the children you have,
Yeah.
Some they give you the headache. Some of them they are very good. When you speak, they listen. You are listening to them, and then everything is okay.
Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Mm.
Now, but would you have anything then that you could say if changes? Would you recommend any changes in the services or with the social work department that would work well working with them? Any changes for them to do that would support you?
They change before they come to check every 2 weeks. Now, no more. I think when they come, the children as well,
Yeah.
they're afraid from them, and then if they want to do something in bad, they're afraid, and then they change themselves. They say, if I do that, it's no good for me. I have to change my,
Yeah.
that's kind of thing. Maybe every 2 weeks, if they come to check the children, if everything is okay, I think they will change the children behavior as well.
Yeah, their outlook and all. Very good.
Yeah.
And would you have any suggestions or tips for other parents or guardians going through experiences like with young people or finding struggles with working with services? Would you have any tips for any other parents or?
Really no.
No. And finally, how do you feel the parents' morning is working well? Do you feel you're benefiting from coming into the parents' morning?
Yes.
Yeah. So you enjoy coming in
I
there?
enjoy because you have not only for the breakfast, you have friends, you make friends as well, and then for me, I have a little bit chat with you, change me a little bit, and I improve my English as well, because at home only French, only my language, and when you come here, only English, and then you are good. It change you. So I like. Maybe I will come every Wednesday. If they ask me to come, I come because it changed me as well. I like, and my group, they are friendly as well.
That's brilliant. Well done.
Okay, thank you very
That's
much.
lovely.
Brilliant.
That's lovely.
Okay.
I love it. Now, Trish, can you tell me about your experiences of the services?
Well, I had a lot through the years. The kids, because there's loads of them. Do you know what I mean? There's a few of them. But growing up, like, you running out my life all the time. Just keeping an eye on the kids. But
Would you felt listened to?
no, I never did.
Why?
I don't know.
Can
They
you-
seem to come in and tell you what they think rather than ask you questions.
Yeah.
Do you know, they see something that the likes of Nathan, like he's 19. They came on one day to the house and they seen him a purple mark on his neck, which was his girlfriend. So I looked by, okay, but straight away he said, what's wrong with your neck? It looks like finger marks, like straight off, like without asking him, and Nathan just turned around and says, oh, like,
So,
you know, he
yeah,
was embarrassed because I'm not going to see where it came from, but at the same time, he straight away, finger marks. Or the same with my younger child, Brandon. Oh no, he's going to have loads of problems. He's this, he's that, he's this, without actually going into hospitals or anything. Like, they're always putting fingers out, like, yeah, he has to be slowing this, but he has to be slowing that as well. He's slowing everything.
So they're telling
They're
you.
telling me rather than he has no experience in anything. They're just looking at the child. Oh no, he's slowing this, and he has to be slowing something else. Same with Nicole. Oh no, if she's slowing that, she has to be slowing everything.
So
No, it proved them all wrong in the end, but still, that was put out there to me. Do you know what I mean?
So, what changes would you recommend in the social work department for them that would work well with you?
Well, I think they should really listen more, rather than, you know, doing just going straight in out their questions. Do you know, we should listen to what we have to say, because we're the experience of. They're not. We're the ones that has the kids, wherever. Do you know what I mean? We know more about our kids. If you don't, then there's something wrong with us.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Okay, and finally, how do you feel the parents' morning
Oh, that's
would have
great.
been a benefit to you?
I'd listen to everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Listening to knowing that you're not on your own.
Yeah.
That's one big thing. 'Cause I always think it's just me. It's just me. Do you know what I mean?
When you
But-
come in here, you realise.
Yeah, it's grand to mix. You can hear other people what they have to say, so it's fine that way. You can relax more.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
Build a bit. Now, can you tell me about your experiences of services?
They weren't too good, but I've had good and bad experiences with people.
Would you feel listened to in services?
Yeah, some.
Sorry.
That's grand, that's grand.
No, some. Right, but I'm kind of trying to say the some that you didn't.
Yeah. You make me laugh here.
So the some that you didn't, did you, like, how do you know that your voice was heard? Or was it heard?
No, I wasn't heard
So how do you know it wasn't heard?
because I just kept hitting brick walls. I wasn't. Didn't express what I felt, and you weren't listening to me, so I wasn't hearing much.
It wasn't heard. So what changes would you recommend in the social work department that would work well working with yourselves? With them, like, what do you think that they should change?
Their attitude toward people. Especially when people are crying out for help, they should be there to listen to.
Listening, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then how do you feel the parents' morning would have benefited you?
It gives me a new lease of life. Gets some laugh out of it. It's brilliant.
And laughing time. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
That's it. Nicely done.
Perfect.
Nicely done.
Well, I just find the parents are the number one when working with them. Parents and all, because it's all about the young people and getting them out and working with them, and the parents, I think, need to be taken away from home as well and linking in well with them. So I think, yeah, parents was, so we decided then to have a parents participation group, which led on then to more coming and breakfasts getting made each week for them and friendships coming out of them and all, so it's huge for them, huge.
Brilliant. And what goes in? What type of preparation goes into getting this together?
Go to the butchers. No, preparation that we'd actually do. We would actually meet up, myself and another advocate, she's not here at present, and we just kind of, they lead it themselves though, because they talk, they lead it themselves, and then like some of the parents in there could talk about things that I still could be going through with my own family, which is great because we talk as we're all just sitting there together. Nobody, I'm not a facilitator in there, or I'm not an advocate. I'm the same as them sitting there, which is brilliant because then it's so open. Conversations are very open, and we're also very open with the parents. Now I'm working inside them, yeah.
And what do you think they get out of it themselves?
They can get a huge amount of confidence. As a couple of the parents became got onto the interview panel from coming to the parents' morning, and they interviewed advocates here. So if they hadn't had the parents' morning, that they came in and got used to other advocates or other team leaders as well. But I think what I find with some of the parents that I've talked to kind of afterwards, they're seeing everyone as the same, where they're having great relationships with the team leaders, that before they probably look and say, oh, here's one of the managers, as they say, but they're now just completely like confident. Their self-esteem is huge, the friendship, everything. So when they first come in, probably one or two be quiet. Now they're nearly taking over and telling us to sit down and do the breakfast for us and make us tea, and they want to be a part. So they're just fantastic. The parents are huge now, yeah.
Brilliant. And finally, for a parent who might like to join the group, what would it take for them to get involved?
I think for them to come in it's layoff time. It's away from home. You can sit there, say nothing. You can sit there, say everything. You can just come in, have a banter. Nobody judges you. Everyone's in the same boat. Get you out of your house, away from life, away from your kids. Like, I don't mean that, away, but everyone needs time away from their kids, time away from their families, time away. And I think every couple of weeks having here and having something to eat and all, that's your time away. You can make friends, you can talk about anything, because what's said in here stays in here, and it's just between the group. So it's huge, and I think parents should definitely come in and join in.